guys, I got everything set up to do my vlog over there with my good setup, and then I'm like, you know what? I am digging this light so much, I'm gonna come do it over here. I took like 50 selfies before this. But anyway, today we're gonna talk about dealing with true hate. Now, what is true hate? True hate is when someone says something and you actually agree with it, and you're like, fuck, I actually feel that way about myself as well. And I feel like I've talked a lot about dealing with hate that in general, where you're just like, either that doesn't apply to me and I love myself, so fuck you, it doesn't affect me that you said that, or I like that about myself and I disagree that it's a bad trait, something like, oh, your lips look too fake or something. But how exactly do you deal with being triggered? And for lack of a better word, because I feel like triggered is like a derogatory term now, where it's like, oh, you're triggered and you're just using your emotions rather than any logic or rationale and stuff like that. Like, that's how I feel triggered is used right now. What I mean by triggered is like something that actually hurts you, something that you're sensitive about, you know, and like not unjustly so. I'm like not trying to talk shit about you. But what happens when, let's use, I actually have 3 things right now. 2 things that just started for me that I don't like about myself, that if someone said it, it would be like, you know, okay, whatever. Like normal people would probably, if someone said it about them, they would like freak out, right? But for me, I have certain mechanisms to protect against that, and I also don't kind of understand why that's such a big deal. Like, you already know that you're overweight, and for me, overweight is one of the things, like my weight is one of the things that I've struggled with, and I don't get a lot of hate on it because today's society is like, oh my god, it's so hot to be thick, and I'm kind of just more on the thick side than I am on the actual like overweight side. But for me, it's something that I don't like. It's something that I'm trying to improve, and I feel like one of the ways to not be affected by stuff like that is to be trying to improve it, because it makes you know that down the line you're gonna be better, that it's not gonna affect you as much, and that's one way to just take something bad and make it into something exciting, you know? And I really enjoy using this method in order to not feel bad when someone says that I'm fat or whatever. There was actually a video that I posted recently where I unboxed my new gaming chair, and in the beginning of the gaming chair video, I like popped out of the box and you could see like a really unflattering version of my body. I might post that in the video if I decide to do more editing of this video. But, and I'm also really sorry about the sounds outside. I'm sitting next to my door open and there's like buses and shit, so I apologize for that. But anyway, like, that didn't hurt me because I know what I actually look like, and I know that that problem is there, and I know that I'm trying to fix it, and it's exciting to fix it, you know? Like, I really enjoy working toward a fix for that. So I enjoy going to the gym, I enjoy working out, I enjoy seeing the improvement in my body, and that's my own personal struggle. And if someone says that, it's like, who cares what your perception is? You might think I'm less fat than I think I am. You might think I'm more fat than I think I am. And it doesn't matter what you think, you know? I think the reason that this bothers so many people, that, you know, other people noticing that they have a flaw that they agree with, is because I feel like a lot of people try so hard to hide it. Like, they know it about themselves, but they're kind of in denial about it. Like, for instance, someone who's overweight, we're just gonna keep using that example because a lot of people are overweight these days. A lot of people are obese, especially in America. So they kind of know it, but they wear baggy shirts to try to hide it, or they hope that people would never be so rude as to mention it because, you know, they're hurting always about it, but if it's not brought up, then they don't have to feel that like striking pain, like, oh my god, we're talking about my weight, like they would if someone brought it up, or if they're thinking about it and it's in their mind right then, you know? Like, when you feel like there's something wrong with you, or it's something about you you're not happy about, you can often forget about that thing by just going about your daily life and not thinking about it, you know? And then when it's brought to the forefront, it's more painful. But, so I think a lot of people get hurt and offended when they hear that because they're trying to hide it and they're hoping other people don't notice it. And in hoping other people don't notice it, they also forget about it themselves, or they put themselves in a form of denial. And I think it's really important to, like, just be upfront with your flaws. If you're not upfront with your flaws, you can end up being lazy, you can end up never improving, and you have one fucking body, one mind, one life. Why would you allow a flaw that you can change to sit there and stagnate and just become, you know, like, you think, oh, next month I'm gonna start losing weight, or next month I'm gonna do something about this dead-end job that I'm in, and then you end up staying in it forever. And it's like, it's so sad to see that. Like, I'm one of the people who believes that you should always try to improve yourself, and that's what I've been doing lately, is I've been actually forcing myself to go in and try eyelash extensions, to try get my eyebrows waxed. Like, I've done a bunch of things in the past like year and a half to improve myself. Like, I got my teeth done. I hated my teeth. I got my teeth done. They were actually like really corrosive too, and like not very strong, so I could never like bite into anything. And I'm so glad that I got up the gumption to go out and just change things. And I'm like losing weight now, and I'm learning what works and what doesn't. And I'm not gonna see, you know, 4 years down the line when I'm 30, I'm not gonna be the same weight, and I'm not gonna, you know, still be making excuses, you know? And I feel like facing your flaws is something that's kind of important. So in essence, those hate comments are kind of important for you to face and know that you have these problems. Now, let's talk about the two things that I fucking hate right now that they're temporary, and I'm gonna tell you why they don't really bother me, okay? And what I would do if someone like brought them up in a comment. So the one thing is my weight. I obviously want to be thinner. I obviously don't have my ideal body. I don't have my ideal body for health or for the way I look or for fitness. Like, I'm working on it, and it's an ongoing process, and I am definitely not my version of perfect right now, nor am I what I would consider to be the target healthy and comfortable weight for my body type and stuff like that. And those things are things that are so personal. So if someone sits there and tries to tell you that you're too skinny or you're too fat, but you know you're healthy and you know you're happy, obviously these things shouldn't affect you. So the other two things, oh my god, the first thing, my eyelash extensions, holy shit. So let me tell you the story about this. I'm actually going to be posting a video on my experience with eyelash extensions, but if you look back in the past like month, my eyelashes have been so sparse and so spindly and like not even there, right? Usually I double up on eyelash, like these eyelash strip eyelashes, the ones that you have to put on every day and take off. But eyelash extensions are actually like regular extensions that last for about 4 weeks, and then you get them filled, and you always have glamorous eyes even when you're not wearing makeup. But I hated the size and shape. It was just so small and like totally not me and not glamorous enough, right? So I tried this other place that does Russian volume lashes. And now this is completely safe as well and completely normal. It's just a different technique if you want a lot of fullness. And I made the mistake of going in, oh my god, and I told them I want the longest and the thickest possible. Oh my god, I look so silly to me right now. I look like I have two retarded uniform caterpillars on my eyes that like just won't quit, you know? And like the last 2 days I've had them, I've been kind of assimilating to them. Like, I actually improved myself. Like, instead of just letting it get to me, I added more makeup on the bottom of my eyelashes or whatever. And it's obviously not a big deal. This is like a really small thing, like to say I didn't let it get to me. Like, obviously it's not gonna get to me because it's such a small thing. But I added more eye makeup on the bottom to kind of balance it out. I know that it's only going to be 3 or 4 weeks, so it's not that big of a deal. And these are like coping mechanisms. They're things that, like, if you don't like something about yourself, no matter how small or how big, this happens to be small, you like just open your mind to it. Jay always says something like, oh, just open your mind. Anytime someone like makes my food wrong, I'm very particular about how I want my sandwiches and stuff, and I'm a very picky eater. So if someone puts like some kind of like onions or something in my food that I don't like, I end up being like, oh my god, I'm so mad. I'm gonna actually put this down like this, that's more comfortable. So I end up getting really frustrated. I'm like, oh my god, I have to take it back and change it, and we have to wait for like another delivery person to come back, and he's just like, open your mind, it's okay, it's not that big of a deal. And it totally works on me, just to like have a more open mind and to not be so critical about things and be like, oh, this is a learning experience, it's just food. And then you can become a better person who deals with pain and trauma and issues like much better by doing that. So that's one of the coping mechanisms that I've been using for the eyelashes. And if someone were to post in the comments, oh my god, your eyelashes look like shit, you fucking fake bitch, they look so dumb, how I would reply, rather than being like offended or hurt or like, oh my god, all these people are seeing these things about me, I would be like, yeah, I know I got them a little too big, you know, but you know, I like them otherwise. And I feel like a lot of people see my lips the way I see my eyelashes, where I'm just like, it's too much. But for me, I fucking love big juicy lips. That's like so erotic to me, whether it's on men or women. When it's done right, it's so fucking sexy, and I love it, and I'm happy with it. So when people say that she looks too fake, and they're talking about the things that I actually like about myself, like I've said before, it's like, it's not even a thing. It doesn't even like bother me at all. The other thing, okay, this is actually a big thing, and I'm gonna try to talk about this as openly as I possibly can without sensationalizing it, because I fucking hate people like who post like Botox disaster, and then they like swear off of all plastic surgery because they're so stupid they didn't realize that there's risks to it, you know? I decided last time to get extra fillers, and I wanted to get Botox in my chin because I don't like when I talk how often it'll scrunch up, and I felt like those wrinkles or like lines would become permanent. So I decided to try it in my chin. I fucking hate it. It's awful. I should not have done it, but people who live using hindsight, those people are just stupid. You cannot live using hindsight. You can't be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I wish I didn't do that. Yeah, you shouldn't have done it, but you can never know that beforehand. The only thing you can do, and this is a little bit of tips for plastic surgery and stuff, the only thing you can do is you can gauge the actual like risks with the benefits. And I've never had a problem with plastic surgery because I always gauge the risks with the benefits. I know that if I go in and get my lips done, I have to set aside another couple $100 to make sure that if something is uneven, I go in and I get it fixed. And I always get the perfect result. Occasionally I have to go in and get a little extra here and there to make it look like perfect or something, but I'm fine with that, and I gauge the result. And the people who like, I recently read like a Tumblr blog, no, it wasn't a Tumblr blog, I assume it was Tumblr because it's so SJW, but this chick was talking about how she hates implants now, and she took her implants out and stuff, and the first thing she says is the reason she got them was because she thought it was part of the uniform as a stripper. Oh my god, everything you say from then on is fucking irrelevant and doesn't matter because you just made yourself look like a huge fucking idiot. You didn't know the risks until after. You did it because someone else wanted you to, not because you wanted to. You went into major surgery without knowing the risks because someone else told you or made you feel like you should have done it. Like, oh my god, you're fucking stupid. And I just couldn't even read the rest because it fucking devalues everything you say if you were too stupid to know the risks and gauge whether or not you personally for yourself wanted to make this huge change. And so many people look at plastic surgery that way, that if something slightly goes wrong, they sensationalize it. They, you know, get tons of views by posting a title that's like, oh, Botox disaster, and I could totally do that now. Because look at me when I smile. That's the most I can like lower my bottom part of my smile. I used to smile with like a little bit of my bottom teeth as well, but I can't do it. And you know, if I smile too many times, I get a bit of a headache. And that's like the most annoying thing in the world, and I look so weird, and I have a little bit of a problem talking for a long time, and those are the symptoms that I'm having right now. But you know what? Botox is fucking temporary. In 2 to 5 months, this won't even be a thing anymore. You know what else? It kind of makes me have that fake Barbie smile. That's kind of cool, you know, whatever. You know, I went into this knowing that this is temporary. Am I willing to ruin my smile forever? No. Am I willing to try something that might make my life easier or make my look better? Yes, especially when it's temporary. And if it weren't temporary, I wouldn't have done it in the fucking first place. You know, like, there are things that I will not do without having extra money set aside, or won't do it at all because it's not temporary. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not that sad about the fact that I can't emote like I want to. I mean, it's annoying, and it's like dumb, and it feels weird or whatever, and if someone points it out in the comments like, oh, she looks like she has a fucking frozen face, what a weird Botox ass bitch, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know, like whatever. And I hate even talking about this because so many people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, you're so stupid for like putting paralytic toxins in your face, blah 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 blah. But do you know the mortality rate of like a cosmetic dose of Botox, like a few tens of units? 0, bitch. Like, you really just need to decide what you like to do. Like, take this, like, okay, a lot of people drive. Everyone drives places. Now, everyone takes Uber places if you don't drive. Now, imagine having, like, this hindsight regret because you went out to drive to do something completely normal, like get groceries, and if you hadn't done that day, you wouldn't have gotten a car accident. Like, you can't live like that. And, like, so many people apply that to things like plastic surgery. It's completely safe except for like a few things that make you look different. And like the biggest, like scariest thing about plastic surgery is going under sedation, going under general anesthesia. And you do that anyway for like fucking wisdom teeth removal. If you don't remove your wisdom teeth, you have a little bit of pain, and on the bottom your teeth just like bunch up. Are you willing to die for that? Like, what the fuck? Everyone sees it as so normal. But with something like, you know, fillers or whatever, people are like, oh my god, you're gonna ruin your face. Well, you know what? You can't. It's fucking temporary. Even like implant type stuff is temporary. And this chick is talking about how her friend had to go in and spend like an extra $10,000 on revisions. I have that extra money because I know it's possible that I might not be happy with this aesthetics of my new boobs that I'm getting, which I've probably already gotten by the time you're watching this video because I'm making these Vlad videos. These are called Vlad vlogs, by the way. So cute! I'm making these videos superfluously for the days that I won't be able to record when I'm recuperating. And expect a vlog about my breast augmentation, why I did it, my new breast augmentation, and like the differences and all that stuff. I'm gonna do a very thorough vlog, as thorough as I can possibly do. I'm really excited about using Vlad for it and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that like if someone brings up something that you don't like about yourself, there are ways to not be so triggered. There are ways to not let it affect you. If you don't like something about yourself, if you made a mistake, like I made a mistake with like, you know, too much Botox in my chin or whatever, like just own up to it, be honest about it, and be rational about it. Don't go like, I'm swearing off everything in the world, I'm just gonna be a recluse now because, you know, I had this one issue that happened or whatever. Like, don't be like that. Be rational, and like if you make decisions, like if you feel like putting something in your face in order to like lessen your wrinkles or make yourself age better is not worth it, don't fucking do it. Don't do it because someone else told you to do it. And if you are happy with being fat and someone calls you fat, just tell them to fuck off and be happy with who you are if that's what you want to do. But if it bothers you, don't just like put it in the back of your brain and have something there always gnawing at you that you want to improve. Go out and improve yourself. Like, go out and do the things that you want to do with your life, and don't live in fear of what other people might say, because other people don't know you. They don't know the distinctions between how you feel about certain things and how they feel. They just like see themselves as this almighty, all-knowing thing that like should be able to tell you what to do with your life when they absolutely should not. You're the only person that knows how much things affect you. You're the only person that has to live with the sadness of not trying something that you wanted to try. You're the only person that has to deal with living in a body that you're not comfortable or healthy in. So fucking do something about it, you know? It doesn't affect me. It doesn't make me have like a worse time on the internet. When someone says I'm fat or my lips look fake or, you know, my eyelashes are too caterpillary, I either agree or I just go, whatever. That's your opinion. We all have very different opinions, and you can never please everyone, so why even try to please anyone but the person who matters, yourself, right? I love you guys so much. I hope you can feel a little bit better. I actually saw a comment from one of my girlfriends on Instagram where she was saying that she wishes she could not care what other people think more because, you know, she really wants to try get lip injections, and the people are saying that it'll ruin her face and she cares what other people think. And I don't really have like a way to deal with that. Like, if you can't get over it, if my tips don't help, I don't really know what else to say other than you have to just look within yourself. And it is a very, very difficult thing to come to loving yourself and understanding yourself and throwing away all of the bullshit that society throws at you and all the preconceived notions that society has for you, and just finding yourself and not giving a shit if that's completely different than the rest of the world. Like, it is harder than I'm making it seem, and it wasn't as hard for me as I know it is for a lot of people. I was raised with confidence. I was raised with doing what I wanted, and I was raised with knowing that as long as I love myself, everything else doesn't matter, and, you know, I have a support system who does care about me, and I would give anything for those people. And thank you so much for being one of them in the fucking comment section on my channels and supporting me. People who won't just immediately go to hating because they heard that my lifestyle is different than theirs. I love you. I need to go. It's been fucking like 17 minutes or something. Mwah, you guys are so amazing. I hope you enjoyed Vlad vlogs. Here is the obligatory titty shot. I need to turn off image stabilization so I can get the titties in the shot as well, because I know that that is part of the reason why I'm so damn enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. I don't know what it is or when this one will be up, but yeah, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and let me know your experiences on people hating on you for things that you actually feel like you hate about yourself as well. And don't hate it, just know that it's something you want to change, and love yourself no matter what stage yourself is in, because you only have one self. It's so sad to see people actually hating themselves over something as trivial as aesthetics. Like me saying that something like aesthetics is trivial. It is. It's just a hobby for me. I happen to be good at it, or I happen to be getting to my goals, but it doesn't make it important. What's important is how you feel inside, how you know, interact with other people, and the fact that you're not hurting anyone else with what you love. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, let's take a fucking, what's it called? I try to put myself at the outside. There we go. Love you guys. Mwah.